Vietnam friends, this is a presentation that I delivered to my Quaker meeting on heart breath and frequency of forgiveness. Today I'm asking each of us to use our imagination during our time of worship together. We will use our imagination to visualize healing energy and white light coming out of our heart center. We will imagine forgiveness and healing. We will imagine transforming negatives into positives. We will imagine our hearts as dynamic centers that generate healing energy, and we will imagine using our breath to share that energy. We will visualize love pouring out from the depth of our being and envision it flowing out of our heart space and onto the causes that we share in our joys and concerns. Throughout our worship, I'd like to encourage everyone to engage in long, deep breathing. Try to measure equal inhalations and exhalations. If you should become distracted from your breath or from the visualization, gently and without judgment, guide your attention back to the breath. We're going to practice two meditation techniques. The first is called heart breath, and the second is called the frequency of forgiveness. Both of these practices involve using the imagination, so I'm asking folks up front to suspend disbelief and go with it for the sake of the meditation. To do heart breath, we inhale normally, and on the exhalation, we imagine the breath coming out of the heart center, like in these pictures. Some people say they can feel the air coming out of their heart space, like water. Others feel a rushing of energy like wind or air. Others may experience an expansion from their heart center, sensing their chest as very open and feeling surrounded by warmth and a deep feeling of love. Even if you don't feel these things at first, simply imagine that you do. Just meditate on opening your heart as we pray together. When issues arise, hold them in the light of prayer and focus your heart breath on these issues. Spread your breath through your heart center and bathe any thoughts or concerns in this love light. This technique works because it's a way of focusing our heart's healing energy. The heart's beat is constant. It's our body's miraculous and ever renewable powerhouse. As long as our heart is beating, we can channel its energy and send it to others with love. Every emotion has a particular energetic signature. In our bodies, they are experienced as pulses. This phenomena was originally recorded in 1877 by the Italian psychologist Dr. Angelo Maso. Maso's patient, Michel Bertino, was standing beneath the bell tower of his village church when a clumsy stonemason dropped a brick 46 feet from above. And was damaged at the point of impact, leaving a 1-inch hole in his skull, yet miraculously he has no cognitive impairment. Shortly, scar tissue grew across the gap in his skull, though Bertino became aware of pulses from within his head. Dr. Maso brought Bertino to the University of Turin to study and record blood flow dynamics to the brain. Dr. Maso recorded the pulses of Bertino's blood flow and went on to study and record the relationship between emotional stimulus and these pulses. Another way of thinking about these pulses is vibration or vibrational frequency. Another way of thinking about vibration is with sound. All vibrations have a sound or a tone, a frequency. Research indicates that our nervous system is connected to the environment outside of our discrete bodies. This phenomena is often credited as having a sixth sense or deep intuitions. Sometimes it's called an aura or an energy field, and it looks a lot like Da Vinci's depiction of the Vitruvian Man. This functionally means that when we feel strong emotions, our bodies and brains produce hormones that affect our pulses. These pulses, in turn, affect our nervous system and reflect in the energy field that surrounds our bodies. There are lower vibration emotions such as fear, anger, or jealousy. These emotions can cause faster pulses and a more erratic heartbeat, partly because the body produces cortisol and other hormones as it prepares to fight, flee, or freeze. Then there are higher vibration emotions like contentment, gratitude, and love. These emotions produce smooth, steady pulses in the body as we're relaxed and the body is smoothed and calmed in divine grace. These vibrations can be measured with EKG machines and Kirlian cameras that photograph auras and other various techniques. The emotion that produces the highest vibration of all is forgiveness. Forgiveness has an extraordinary energetic frequency that can help to move mountains, heal the sick, and transmute stale, stuck energy into healing, loving, productive healing power. When our bodies experience the emotion of forgiveness, our bodies produce dopamine and our energy fields become relaxed and filled with transformative potential. We can harness the energetic signature of forgiveness to heal and pray for all sorts of healing, and we can send healing to others or even unhook ourselves from unhealthy patterns that we experience and see around us. The effect of the frequency of forgiveness is even more potent when we pair it with heart breath. To use the frequency of forgiveness, we engage the imagination again and we imagine forgiving. To do this, we need to take the mind out of the equation. The mind can forgive some things, like when your brother stole your teddy bear when you were a kid or a neighbor dinged the car. This is entry-level basic forgiveness. It's stuff that we can all imagine having done and are usually able to forgive one another for doing. But what about the real deal, life and death, abysmal crimes, deep traumas and soul aches, being wronged by a partner, murder, rape, war crimes, or genocide? Some things are so painful that the human mind struggles to forgive them. When we get the mind involved, it can become impossible to forgive certain deep hurts. That's why with the frequency of forgiveness, we keep the mind out of the equation and just use the heart. To do this technique, we don't forgive right off, but we imagine forgiving. Our minds are an extension of our bodies and our egos, but by initially imagining forgiveness, this removes our ego from the equation. By removing the ego, the part of the self that is hurt becomes an aspect of God, and by becoming godly, we are not injured by these pains. That frees us up to use the energetic signature of the frequency of forgiveness to direct its flow out of our hearts for healing. Just imagine forgiveness flowing out of your heart on the exhalation. Feel the expansion in your chest. Using these techniques, we can imagine forgiving the situation and simply going with it, letting spirit lead us on the path of healing. By pairing heart breath and imagine the breath flowing out of our heart center and using the frequency of forgiveness, we can pray for healing. So let us nurture our long, deep breathing, inhaling fresh, clean air in and exhaling out the heart center. Feel the expansion. Now let us settle into our time of silent worship as we hold in the light all of the joys and concerns that we brought with us today. Let us lovingly meditate on each one as we share our delights as well as our tragedies. Let us bathe those issues in healing white light. We are sending that loving light from our heart space, and we are imagining deep, neutral forgiveness. Loving God, we invite the light of our souls and hearts to grow and expand, shining as one while we focus our energy on these issues which we bring to you today in prayer.